Hello everybody. Welcome back to another live stream from the Critterz server. Now, I've got a lot going on this screen right now, and I actually want to go ahead and just blur that out real quick. Also, if you're looking at this seed right here on the chat, that is not the correct seed. Don't worry. I'm not leaking the seed. That is not the correct seed. I checked. Let's go ahead and come into chat. We'll lower that down just a little bit, just so we're not really bothered with it all that much. And as you can see here, we are right in the middle of the big build. Not sure where we're going with it today. I hope, maybe, hold on, there we go. I hope to get this entire piece built out. Will we get there? Probably not. And so we have a lot to do. I have nothing on me. I have no armor, which I never build with armor. Because I like the skin. Got my hard hat. I'm wearing a tunic type thing. I don't really know what that is. But we are without any of our pickaxes or anything like that. But that does mean we have a lot of room for some cobble deep slate. And then we also have... I don't know what that is from, to be honest. We're gonna put, let's see, 3, and then we'll fill up the rest. However, we're actually gonna undo that just a little bit. We'll take 2 out for our pickaxes, and probably some food, right? So, let's, we don't want cobble deep slate in that one, though. And normal deep slate, probably not. as much as we have in our thing. So let's go home real quick. We'll take our 2 pickaxes just in case. We only have 20 steak in here. Do I not have any food? Here's 12 more. Welcome, Khan. Yes. I am a mod. I'm also a YouTuber. YouTuber is a stretch, though. I mean, I don't know if you look at my channel, I've got 56 subs. And there's only a couple of y'all watching, but that's okay. You know, I do this more for fun and just showing what you can actually do on the server, you know? What is in that? Cobblestone? Stone? Huh. I could actually use that. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Efficiency 5, mending, silk touch, and breaking. I like that. That one's my fortune one. What is this? Oh, this one only got fortune 2. Yeah, oh well. So, let's go out this way. Actually, you know what we can do? We're gonna get started, I promise. We're gonna take that with us. Because we can then come down here. Whoop, that was a big jump. Didn't mean to do that. We can come down and feed our cow crusher real quick. As you can see, that's where the big build is. Making a YouTube channel for the server, that's awesome. Are you gonna do videos? Are you gonna stream? Are you gonna do a mix of both? I really should start actually making videos for it, but I do have a Let's Play that has completely... Wow, I have 1 cow? Really? 1 cow? My Let's Play has taken the back burner a lot in recent weeks because of the Critterz server and everything that's gone on. But I do have an episode about 90% edited. Might get that out tomorrow morning. After stream, I might edit the rest. I'm not quite sure yet. Oh, I forgot that the blue is really annoying. So we'll just come down here. That'll be fine. We'll just keep... See, like, this is annoying. I mean, I could move it, right? I could just... where is it? Page up. And then didn't work, but that's okay. My very small hole to get back on top. And now, I think we're ready to get started. Yeah, I think streaming on the server would be a lot of fun, especially when we get more events coming on. Maybe some of the PvP tournaments, or, you know, some of the new projects coming in that have been some announcements going on. So I hope to be streaming all that stuff as well. I'm trying to get my earbuds fixed. It's not sitting in my ear right. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. You applied to be on the team, but you haven't heard anything. Has someone tagged Tax or any of the other developers? Tax deals with all of that. So, I mean, as you probably imagine, he's very busy in the past few weeks, dealing with some bad actors and getting everything back up to normal. So what we're going to do today, as you can see, I'm just going to do a lot of clicking. If you look in the top left corner of my stream, you'll see the record button. That is the replay mod. And what I plan on doing is making a massive montage of this build. I mean, I'm gonna edit and record over a month, probably, right? the bottom layer is taking me a couple weeks already. Unfortunately, is that really annoying? That small movement back and forth? If it is, I won't do it. I'll just go in one row at a time. Yeah, so Tax is obviously very busy. If you want, I will ping him again, and I'll see what he says. See if he responds. To be honest, I don't even know if they're looking for more people. Or are you looking to be a mod or an engineer working on some of the stuff? Well, either way, let me know. I can always put in a message, try and get some stuff rolling. Oh man, how did that work? Oh. All right, let's see here. Those fell all the way down. Unfortunately, we have to go all the way to the back, or to the beginning. That centerpiece. That's my only way up. Where is it? There it is. And perfect timing on the drowning. Let's do that. Hopefully that helps. And yes, if you notice the red blocks mean I don't have the right piece in there. This bottom layer is just cobbled deep slate and deep slate at about I think it's a 20% normal deep slate and 80% cobbled deep slate right over here. But I will go back and fix them all at the end. Hopefully it looks good. I'm gonna leave stuff like that as well, just for a while. Although that's 2 in a row. It's not good, not good. Alright, we've got 4 rows done already. This is awesome. If you've never seen the Litematica mod, let me tell you. This is so helpful. I made the build in creative in a different world. And obviously you can't do that here. That would be very cheating. And so I now know exactly how many blocks I need from each block type. I know where to place it. You know, if you look at the thumbnail, let me just show you real quick. All. So layer mode all, we can see the entire build. And it's all pretty transparent. Also, I think that means that the block is there when it shouldn't be. I haven't learned all the colors yet. But we're down onto a single layer because that makes it a lot easier to see. I'm not sure if it actually makes a whole lot of a difference in terms of computing power. But I think switching out the cobbled deep slate for the deep slate will be faster if I do that, you know, once I get the entire floor done. To be honest, I don't know if we have enough cobbled deep slate. I think we do, but to be honest, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is definitely a big build. We are at I think it's about 130,000 blocks. So yeah, we have a long way to go. Now, to be honest, I don't know if that includes the air blocks. It shouldn't. I think it's just solid blocks, I think. But also, if you look, we'll actually just go... Nah, we won't do it quite yet, but we'll go out to the front, and I'll show you the outside pillars. They're going to look very, very different. And they're actually going to need a lot more blocks than I have. I think doing just a rough outline in creative was really helpful. But I'm probably going to need about 10 times as many blocks on the pillars. So that's another, I don't know, 20,000. Maybe not quite, but it's going to be a lot more. Man, I thought I was going to do pretty good on that one. You just place faster than you move. So if you do 2 rows at once, it's just a lot of clicking. Because if you hold down click, well, you're going to end up with all of those, all of these guys right here. Alright, hold on. Okay, get back to this screen. I actually want to minimize something real quick. Not that I actually can. Whatever. Okay. Not that you can see it anyway. So, we have... I don't know, we're probably quarter of the way done. It's kind of hard to tell because, you know, we come into this... Oh, that's what it is. So if I click here, it takes me to what it should be, not what it is. And that's why I keep having those issues. Look at that, I learn something new every day. I was trying to go fast, but didn't quite work out as planned. It does look like there's actually a lot of red being made on this part of the build. And that means there's a lot of deep slate, and I definitely don't have that much deep slate. But now that the marketplace is open, well, all my blocks are about to disappear because I'm going to buy all of my materials and stop mining them out because it takes way too long to mine. Even though I have a beacon. It's definitely getting shorter than what it was on that side, so... This might not actually take all that long. Hello, hello, welcome to this stream. We got some critters going on right now. Just building my big build. I do need a name for it, by the way. We'll take a look at what it looks like after I finish some of these rows. But it's 10 layers of floors, I guess. Each layer is going to be, each tier is going to be more than one floor. But it's 10 circular tiers. It is very, very loosely based off of a fantasy city called Irithiru in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. Originally I was going to make Irithiru, and then I kind of got sidetracked on the outside. So it didn't quite work out that much. I am doing fantastic. We have a lot of building and a lot of just relaxing and hanging out. on the Critterz server. How you doing? Oh, got a block in the way. I will say this is definitely much faster than how I did it before. And if this really is annoying to y'all, like the very subtle movements back and forth, I can always switch up my tactics over here. I can go one row at a time. I can go kind of in a more blocky pattern. Oh, come on. That's what I'm talking about. See, I clicked on that, and even though it's a cobbled deep slate block, it's supposed to be a deep slate, and that's why it took me to deep slate instead. But I'm also out of cobbled deep slate, so let's run on back, shall we? And what I'm going to do is, there it is, get rid of all the deep slate for now. We don't actually have that much more. Is there? Oh, good. So that double chest is all set. And so is that one. So we've 2.5 more, at least, double chests of some cobbled deep slate. I will say this editing is gonna be pretty time consuming. I'm pretty sure not all of this is actually loaded in at once, I think. Hi Kenny, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're just making some long lines of cobbled deep slate over here. And we're actually going really fast, so we will definitely finish this corner tonight. I mean, we've only been, I have no idea what my timer is, 20 minutes or so. So we're definitely going to finish this, and we'll finish all of the cobbled deep slate, or the deep slate. Assuming I have enough. I should. Except I keep doing that. And I know I shouldn't come back to fix this, but those are the easy ones to fix. And I did it again. These time lapses, you know, I don't even know how I'm going to make it. Because I don't want this, you know, it's going to take me a month to build. At least another month. But the time lapse probably should only be a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes long, maybe 10, depending on what I really want to do with it. So we're gonna see. This might be a little bit interesting to figure out what's going on. Maybe I'll do like little time lapse updates too. That would be pretty fun. Oh, I'm somewhere near my beacon. I actually think my beacon is inside this ring. But I don't know exactly where. And unfortunately, I'm going to end up covering it up with this. So, for a while, this build is going to be completely incomplete. Ah, that's a big chunk of just cobbled deep slate. That's going to be helpful. Just run straight through that section. Come on, there we go. My mouse might actually break after all this. How many clicks does what do I have? A Logitech G502 mouse? Something? I don't know how many clicks it survives, but let me tell you, I don't know if it's gonna survive 100,000 clicks in a row immediately. It might. That would be ideal. I don't really want to buy a new one. There we go. So as we just come along here, very mindless task. So on my stream title and thumbnail, it has the word chemistry on there. So what I want to do is ask y'all if you have chemistry questions, anything. Unless it's organic chemistry, then I can't answer it. I love talking about chemistry. As you can tell, I mean, my name is Chemnerd. I am in a PhD program for a chemistry PhD. I've been in there for a few years. They're very long programs, but I think it's fun, you know, kind of meshing all of my hobbies together. We got Minecraft. We have play to earn games. We're going to add chemistry into it. So, if y'all want to know any chemistry, I can help out with your homework. This goes for every stream ever. I can always help with your homework. I won't do your tests. I can help you study. Kenny, what type of chemistry you got? Also, for the record, if y'all don't have anything, I will pull up some chemistry facts and we'll talk about those. Because, you know, this is a very boring process right here, right? Just going back and forth and back and forth. Obviously, I can always talk about Critterz as well, if you need any help with that. I will be making some videos, based on kind of an FAQ for Critterz. Hopefully that comes out in the next couple weeks. We need those out, so hopefully I can get that going. But some of the best chemistry facts out there are the really, really weird ones. And stuff that you don't really think about. So like just in general, what's the weirdest chemistry fact you might know? Could be chemistry of your body. It could be chemistry of nature and water. You know, water is probably the weirdest chemical we have out there. Oh man, how did that happen? That's unfortunate. Like, there's no reason for water to act the way it does, except for the fact that the hydrogens are bonded to a very electronegative atom. So that's pretty cool. And so then you get hydrogen bonding, and then we live. If we didn't have that, we would not be here. So I would encourage y'all to ask questions, pique your own curiosity, and I would love to help out with those. And if not, I'm going to start spewing out my own chemistry facts. And that's going to go every stream, probably forever. Okay, so you have 2SO2 plus X reacts to form 2 SO3s. What level of chemistry are you at? Are you in high school? Or, well, I don't know if you're in the US or not. university level, college level, high school level. Because I can definitely help with answers, with questions like these. Well, that's 2 in the way. And look how close we're getting to that side. Alright, 11th grade EU. So, to be honest, I don't know how they teach it over there. But if you have this reaction, and the only 2 elements you have are sulfur and oxygen, right? You're going from a sulfate to a SO3, and to be honest, I don't know what the nomenclature for SO3 is. But if we go from SO2 to SO3, we only have sulfur and oxygen. So the only thing that X can be is what? We've only got 2 atoms. One of them is already balanced. So we just need something on the other side. And so when we look at it, although I don't like how it's set up, just because you have 2 SO2s going to 2 SO3s. Technically, if X is the only thing in there, that's not really, it is possible, but it's not really possible. Because you'll end up with a half. Yeah, perfect. O2. But to balance that reaction, you only need half of an O2, right? And so I don't really like that part of it. But I know some people do teach that half equivalents are a thing. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, we have ammonium nitrate plus X going to NH3. And there's no other products going on in there. It's a little weird. Because really, I mean, there has to be another product that it's not showing. Also, I'm pretty sure this reaction probably needs more reactants in real life. So if that's literally it, you're breaking the laws of physics. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Because if there's no oxygens in any products, you can't have any oxygens in the reactants. That's just how the world works, right? You get out what you put in. So, you know, 2 questions in and you've already stumped me. But to go from ammonium to ammonia, you need something to grab that proton, that hydrogen, that 4th one, right? So something that you could use is nitrate. But again, if you don't have nitrate in the products, I don't know where it's going. Because if you do this, you can go from ammonium nitrate plus nothing and you can decompose into nitric acid, which is HNO3, and ammonia. That's not going to happen in real life, and I'll tell you why. Because ammonia is a base, and nitric acid is obviously an acid. So acids and bases like to react with each other. So this is definitely a weird one. What chapter of your textbook is this coming out of? Are you just doing like general reactions? Or, you know, I don't know what else. Are you doing acid-base chemistry? I don't know how. I don't know what order they teach chemistry in the EU. Hold on. Where am I? Okay. I moved my hand off my keys and I couldn't find my way back. We are making really, really good progress, by the way. Except for when I do that. Just get quite a bit far away from where I should be. But these roads are going really fast now. Why is that one always the problem? Not sure where you got it from. So, maybe, I don't know if you wrote it down wrong when you were rushing through it or what, but there should be another product somewhere, somehow. Just because you really can't have a balanced reaction if there are oxygens on one side and... Oh, yikes. Well, that's gonna hurt. Yep, okay. Well... let's, try and get our stuff back. Here it is. Okay. Well, that was a little rough. Also don't know where that thing went. The drowned? I guess because I disappeared, it despawned. I didn't even see it. But that's okay. Which one of these is my Silk Touch? I don't really need the Silk Touch because I'm using Cobble Deep Slate, but... Alright, let's do a couple more rows. Yeah, I'm sorry I don't know the answer to that one. Ammonium nitrate decomposing into ammonia. That itself is fine, but we also need something. We need the nitrate to go somewhere. You can. I don't know if you'll be able to send me a DM of it. Or not. You probably gonna have to ask a friend request me. But you should be able to friend request me. And then yeah. Go ahead, send a picture. I will pull up Discord and take a look. Okay. Let's pull up Discord while you're getting ready. Let's look. Something's going on. Friend request failed. You aren't accepting any more requests. I don't know why that's happening. You know what I should do? Let's take someone I don't know. Alright, try again. Because if you try again... I got rid of a friend. Man, the problem is I know all these people online now. I have 20 friends on... Well, I don't know who this is. Oh, I have 40 friends. Am I not allowed to have more than 40 friends? Alright. Can you talk in the overworld real quick and tag me so I know who to friend or who to message? And just remember, you know, I do have the I will not DM you first. I don't know why it's not able to do a friend request. But once I'm out. Oh, did I lose a bunch when I died? I probably did, didn't I? What was I saying? Oh, about DMs. So just remember that I don't DM first. So I will. Did you happen to message me on the server? I meant the overworld channel on Discord. If that's you. Just so I can see your username. And while we try to sort this out, fun fact number 1 about chemistry is there are two elements that are not gases that are also not solids. I didn't word that nearly how I wanted to word it. There are two elements that are liquid at room temperature. Only two. Out of the 118 that we have, there are two. They are nowhere close to each other on the periodic table. And one of them is a metal. Alright, thank you. You tagged me. So now I can come in here and alright, I sent a friend request to you, and that should work. I hope. So one of the liquid elements is a metal, and one of them is supposed to be a gas. And you are correct. One of them is mercury. Mercury is a liquid at room temperature. It's actually very volatile, meaning you can get mercury into the gas phase very quickly and very dangerously. Mercury is not to be played with. I know there are YouTube videos of people, sticking an anvil and floating an anvil on mercury. Right, that's a thing. It exists. You should not do that. I work with it in a very controlled environment, in a lab, behind plexiglass, actually. I only work with it in a glove box, so it doesn't touch air, it doesn't touch water, it doesn't touch my skin. I have an 1/8 of an inch thick glove between me and that mercury. Because one drop of a certain mercury is deadly and is really dangerous. But it's also very fascinating because mercury is a liquid and it's a metal. Who would have thought metal could be liquid at room temperature? Obviously you can heat it up to like 10,000 degrees when you're welding, or you get too close to the sun, your spaceship is going to melt. But in general, metals are very solid and very sturdy. Does anyone know what the other liquid element is at room temperature? And it is not a metal. I'll tell you that. It's actually a really weird one. You would think it would be a gas. It is pretty heavy. It's down in the bottom right-hand corner of the periodic table. And that one is bromine. Put it in pools. Sometimes, if you don't use chlorine pools, you can use bromine in your pool to keep it clean. Bromine is also actually kind of deadly. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, they're all toxic, right? You should not be breathing them in. Bromine vapor is also very, it smells really bad, and if you can smell it, it's dangerous. It won't kill you right away. We did have a bromine leak in lab once, and you can clean it up very quickly. Basically, you just turn it into a salt. You throw salt at it. Not table salt, but other salts. And you kind of absorb it. And it works out great. But bromine is a liquid at room temperature. It's a bright orange. The vapors are also orange, so it kind of gives off this orange smoke. Really cool looking, just dangerous. Bromine will add radicals into your body, which is not what you want. We take a lot of like antioxidants, anti-radical supplements, or blueberries, one of the best antioxidants out there. Keeps your cells from oxidizing, kind of like iron will oxidize into rust. Your body will do the same, and that would not be good. obviously it's going to happen. We live in an oxygen atmosphere. We breathe oxygen. So you're going to have some oxidizing in your body. And that's why we eat antioxidants and why they're very healthy for you. And yes, mercury is in thermometers, although it's really not in that many anymore. Because of how dangerous it is. You know, if a child breaks a mercury thermometer and then eats it, that could be deadly very quickly. And that's really not something that anyone wants. So they do exist, but most people try not to use it all that much. Mercury poisoning is very gruesome. I'll just leave it at that. So that's a fun fact. Let me go back to Discord for your question. Oh, the picture's sideways. Okay, so I'll tell you right now, I can't read whatever language this is not in the English alphabet. But I obviously can read the compounds. So we're taking lead nitrate. Lead is also pretty toxic. Lead paint is not really allowed anymore for good reason. Lead poisoning is not quite as gruesome as mercury poisoning, but it is still pretty bad. So you have lead nitrate turning into nitrates, turning into nitric acid, turning into ammonium nitrate, and then ending with ammonia. So I don't know what it's specifically asking for. Is it asking for what might be reacting with it to form these compounds? Or is it just saying that these are some decomposition products? Because lead nitrate will decompose into nitrates, although you're gonna need something else in there to kind of stabilize it. But the lead nitrate then turns into lead sulfate, sulfide, lead sulfide. And that lead sulfide reacts to form sulfate, or is that SO2? Yeah, sulfate to SO3. Again, I'm not quite sure what the nomenclature of SO3 is. And then the lead sulfide also can turn into lead oxide. That one makes sense. That's just plus oxygen. You're gonna form that. And then lead oxide can be reduced into just pure lead. Okay, so compose the equations of the reactions with the help of which the following transformations can be performed. So are we trying to balance the equations? Figuring out what is in there? Do we need to know what direction it's going in? As in, can we go from that ammonia plus something to form that ammonium nitrate? Or do we have to go in the direction of the arrows? If that's the case, that's fine. Let me pull out that picture again. Yep, you can type in whichever one you want. The first arrow pointing right, from lead nitrate to just nitrate. So that, I mean, it's weird because if you take, oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't lit up any of this. This is just going to be a mob farm. I'm just over here placing blocks. And I'm making a mob farm. And I think I lost all of my torches, right? So let's see, the first arrow pointing right, we have lead nitrate decomposing into nitrate. There needs to be a counter ion there. Which is unfortunate because the next one goes to nitric acid, which is fine. But I can imagine a scenario where we take your lead nitrate, add in H2S, so dihydrosulfuric acid. It's not sulfuric acid, it's a weird acid, H2S. Basically kind of like water, but not quite. And then we can get both, right? We can get nitrates floating off, or well, we can get the nitric acid floating off, and we can get the lead sulfide. Oh man, yeah, this is going to be a little rough. We have a lot of mobs out here, and no armor, and no weapon. Oh man, I lost my sword. Did I leave my sword? Also, we're gonna die trying to swim over here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Perfect. Let's eat a little bit. And let's get going. A little more eating. I don't have any torches anywhere. We're definitely gonna run into some issues. So look at this, all of that. You can see those guys over there. So looking at them as separate transformations, we need something that will go to, that will rip off a nitrate, right? So they're a little far away. We're good. Still getting a little closer. It's still weird, like, where does the lead go? can we just assume it forms another compound? Right, because we can go from lead nitrate and decompose it. The only problem is that that doesn't really work in real life. Like, on paper, yes, you can say that. Alright, hold on, let me look up something real quick. Whoops. Oh, I'm about to get hit. Wow, I almost died to a zombie. That's not cool. So if we add something that takes the PB away, we still need something to replace it. We live in a neutral world, which is weird advice to say, right? But, you know, you don't look at your wall and say, oh, it's got a bunch of positive charges on it, or in the case of nitrate, it's got a lot of negative charges on it. It doesn't do that. So we can use electrochemistry, which is definitely above the scope of this question, to remove that nitrate, right? We can use the activity series of metals to find a metal that will result in the lead nitrate turning into the other metal nitrate and lead 0. If you've heard of the activity series, that's helpful, but if you haven't, then obviously that's not the answer they're looking for either. Another thing you can look at is your solubility tables, right? So lead nitrate is going to be soluble. So what if we add something in to the reaction that makes lead whatever insoluble? That is something you should probably know. At least I would hope. If you're going backwards, then yes, that's going to make it a lot easier. I'll tell you that. When you start with ammonia, well, if you start with ammonia and then add in nitric acid, you're going to end up with ammonium nitrate. And that one's easy. Acid plus base gives you salt and water. So you actually end up with water. So if we do it that way, we can start at the far back wall, or not back wall, the far right side. Not really a wall. And we can say ammonia goes to ammonium nitrate. And then we need to remove that salt, or we need to remove that ammonium, to give us nitric acid. And so we can do that probably with a little bit of help of some water. Although adding water may not actually drive the reaction far enough. On paper it'll work, but in other systems it may not. But I'll tell you, if you do go backwards and you just add nitrates to lead, you're gonna form a lead nitrate. Is that an NO2 going to NO3? I didn't see that. The picture's sideways and a little small, so I didn't actually see that. So if we add NO2 plus some oxygen plus lead, then you will get ammonium, or you will get lead nitrate. And I'm just over here vibing out to this music. If you notice, I started doing 3 in a row. I'm still not good at it, but it's better than nothing. If you add lead oxide to nitrate, I do not think it will actually form lead nitrate. That oxygen is going to be too tightly bound to the lead itself to then go form NO3 from NO2. So I think if you add lead and oxygen, O2, that would help, and that would probably work. This is fun. We got 4 1s and just a couple 2s. We got to go out to 5 though. That's a little rough. We will be taking a short break. In about 5 minutes, once we finish this little piece. So, yes, the internet says lead nitrate going to lead oxide plus NO2 plus O2. That makes sense. You just can't go the other way, because lead oxide is a sink. And what I mean by that is those lead oxygen bonds are very strong. And so once you form those bonds, you're not forming the other way. Sorry I couldn't be more help on this question, but it is very weirdly worded in my opinion. So sorry about that. And look at that, we have half the quadrant done, so this is great. All right, so let's go ahead, take a quick break. I need some snacks and hydration going on over here, and then we will come back. We got some more fun facts lined up. And we'll finish out the deep slate replacement on this bottom floor. So, where is my... There we go, my snack and hydration break screen. And we'll be back in just a few minutes. Alrighty, I'm back. And it's nighttime again and I have no torches. We're gonna go home real quick. Because... oh good, I didn't lose my sword, but I'm not gonna take it with me. We need coal. Wow. I literally have no coal. That's gonna be, I'm gonna be buying some coal from that marketplace that we've got. Let's see, I also need wood. Not there. Got plenty of sticks. How many can I make? 12. Oh, that's what I need to do this. Okay, a little over a stack. That'll be good. Now we can go back to the build. Actually, can I do back? Aha! Perfect. We're just gonna spam torches because I don't want to die. Now you only need a light level of oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, let's figure out what's going on here. Okay, we are back. So come back in game. I don't know what you heard or anything, but none of my torches made it, so we'll just re-torch the place. I don't want to die. You only need a light level of 0, so I'm definitely placing more than I need. But I'm just rather be cautious. And no, these are not in any good order. I hope that it's working now. Seems like it. Alright, I brought my snacks with me, as usual. See? Didn't quite make it. Can I kill it without dying? Look at that. Not completely useless. Oh, I need to eat though. So with this light in here, I think we're good. The only non-silver colored metal elements are gold and copper. I knew that, but that is a very fun fact. Everything looks silver, except for gold and copper. Even iron. Where you think of iron as just rust colored, that's not actually iron. That's iron oxide. Also algebraic magma. New name. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you have a fun fact. Hope you're ready for me to mine out all of these red blocks and replace with nothing that I have. So unfortunately, I'm gonna lose a lot of these red blocks. I am. But here we are. Yes. Put them back. That's my miscellaneous. That should do it. I hope it does. And now we're just going to go up and back again. I don't know how I did that, but whatever. This is going to be a long journey. I'm going to try and only do 2 at a time. Be a little more efficient. Whoops. I will switch to the Silk Touch pickaxe just because if I do mess up like that, I won't lose the deep slate and it won't turn into cobble deep slate. Yep, see, I'm already breaking my own rules. Not that you can really tell what's going on here. And at the end of the day, is this going to be covered up with something else? I don't know. Maybe. Alright, hold on. I'm getting hot. So to build off of that fun fact, Magma, what we've got is the pure metal. We need to clarify that it's the pure metal that is silver colored. As soon as you add anything into it, water for example, water will turn every metal into a very beautiful color. Sort of. Somewhat. Some of them prettier than others. Cobalt, for example. Cobalt turns blue. Doesn't have to be blue, it can be other colors. Nickel can turn into anything. It can be purple even. It's a little weird on that one. Usually nickel is a very nice yellow, very nice boring yellow. But sometimes you can put in some really weird stuff and it's not yellow anymore. This is actually kind of helpful that I don't have Instamine in here because that would probably cause a lot of issues. I'd probably be able to mine this whole thing and just miss so many blocks. Or I can do that. What causes the different colors? Well, let me tell you, there's a lot that can cause the different colors. Color comes, without getting too complicated, color comes from a forbidden electron transition. So electrons are moving around in the atom. That's all good and dandy. If it transitions into something else that it shouldn't, as soon as it comes back, you see color. And that's very oversimplifying, but basically, we shouldn't see color. At least in most sense. Even though color is on the electromagnetic spectrum, it's only a very, very little portion of it, right? You have gamma rays, which are the smallest. Gamma rays, X-rays, microwaves, all this fun stuff. And then you get into the 400 to 800 nanometer range. And that is the visible spectrum. There we go. Whoops. And then you keep on going. So you have the UV. UV is the shorter stuff, like 200, 300, whatever. We don't see those. We feel those, right? We can feel the sun burn us with UV. I guess it's feeling, right? And then on the other side, you have IR, which is heat. We sense it in terms of heat. Whoops. And then we keep going, getting longer and longer and longer, all the way to radio waves. And radio waves are, you know, they can be 30 meters, 50 meters long. We definitely can't see that in our eyes. So it's just this very, very little portion of wavelengths that we can actually see. And it's all due, in most cases, to these little transitions that shouldn't exist. Although I will tell you there are organics that do have color as well. That's not due to forbidden stuff, is actually allowed, but no one likes organic chemistry. It's hard. I wonder how much stuff is under here floating. So why is that blue? Oh. Missed one. I think building this one up definitely made it harder on getting these blocks back. Like, I can generally pop them up with just doing a single block like that. Oh, man. Who knew? This was so much more boring. So I'm not eating my snacks, and I'm pretty hungry. Alright, are we ready for another fun fact? So we all know the sky's blue, right? That's not due to chemistry. Well, it is, but not really. What is cool is our atmosphere, 21% oxygen. It has no blue coloring from that oxygen. If you cool oxygen off really, really cold and you have liquid oxygen, it turns blue. If you get even colder and turn into solid oxygen, which is almost at near 0 Kelvin temperatures, it's back to colorless. So oxygen by itself as a gas, obviously colorless. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to see through our atmosphere, right? Cool it off, turn our oxygen into a liquid. Definitely don't drink it, it'll kill you. It's used in rocket ships for fuel. It turns blue. And then you get a little bit colder and it's back to colorless. Similar to our own ice. Similar to water in that it's like that off-white color. I don't even know what the freezing point of oxygen is, but I think it's very, very close to absolute zero, where matter stops moving. I should definitely pay someone to do this for me, shouldn't I? Alright, let's take a quick peek at what's going on. Seems like the Discord is a little slow tonight, which is, you know, probably a good thing. When I saw chat come through, oxygen freezes at 54 Kelvin. That's actually kind of warm, actually. It's above liquid nitrogen temperatures, which I knew, but 55 is rather cold. Actually, that's not above liquid nitrogen temperatures. Nitrogen is 77, I think. Which means a lot of people use liquid nitrogen in chemistry labs. Am I going over? Yeah, okay. And they use it to cool off like vacuums and stuff. And if there's a leak in the vacuum, you'll form liquid oxygen over time. And when you do that, well, that's when you get bombs going off. Because again, liquid oxygen is used as a rocket fuel. And when you put it in a small space, well, it doesn't go so well. Also, if you can't tell, I'm definitely not going in a great order anymore. Hold on. Oh, I see someone. Hello? I'm gonna jump in. Where are you going? You gonna acknowledge me? I guess not. We're gonna follow them for a second. They're still on my land. Now they're on some Mars. Already watch this. I sent them a CAPTCHA. So if they don't do it, they're gonna get banned. But it definitely looks like they're being a bot right now. Yeah, they haven't done it yet. They're probably not gonna do it. Well, at least they'll be out for an hour. Oh, cheaters. I would stick around, but we'll keep going. I probably should have stopped the recording stuff up top for all of this, because I'm not going to include this part. Because this is just, this would make the montage like an hour long. I am getting pretty good at double clicking, except for right there. Just gotta fix that one up real quick. So I do need to... Oh look, they're back. Let's just see if they'll respond to the messages. Doesn't look like it. Before I mess that one up. There we go. And we'll just keep on coming through. Nice and relaxing. You know what we should do? Should go in under here. Try and find any spots that have stuff floating. Oh, did I see a skeleton? Nope. Okay, good. And we're breathing and back under. Because we just need to grab all of that. And breathing. I don't think I see anything else. Oh, a little bit right there. Very slow. I don't know why it's so slow. Okay. We'll come back up top anyway. And back at it. I know we're not in the same spot, but you know, at the end of the day, as long as we see red, we'll grab it. Alright. As we make our way through, are we ready for another chemistry fact? That's a lot of deep slate right there. Alright, we're gonna talk about a different metal now. We had mercury, that was a liquid at room temperature. We had bromine, that was a liquid at room temperature. But what about gallium? Gallium is a weird one too. It's not liquid at room temperature, but if you put it in your hand, it's going to turn into a liquid. So you can melt gallium in your hand, which is really fun, except back in the old days, gallium was actually like semi easy to get. I mean, it's still not terrible, but people used to make silverware out of it, and you could melt a spoon in your tea or whatever hot drink you drank. That's just the usual one that people go to because the English probably had fancy spoons all the time. But if you like sugar in your coffee, same thing. It'll just melt. It'll melt if you just hold it in your hand, which is super weird. So it almost made the list of liquids at room temperature, but as humans, we decided that 72 degrees Fahrenheit was room temperature, or about 28 Celsius. And therefore, it's not room temperature. It doesn't melt at room temperature, I should say. I wish it was an easier way. Oh, can I do that? Nope. What would happen if you drank it after melting your spoon? To be honest, I don't know. I don't think it's that healthy for you, that's for sure. You'd probably get sick. Oh, got a couple holes. Just one hole up here. I wonder if those holes are just random glitches. Whoops. You know, placing down a lot of these is not that fun, and I'm sure the server itself doesn't really enjoy it either. I keep getting spam texts. I've been getting them all day. I want to open up this one and see what it's about. Oh, that's why. We're actually going through a lot of deep slate, I will say. Obviously not nearly as much cobbled as the cobbled deep slate, but we're definitely going through a lot. I should run around and do the materials list and see what we've placed and what we need. Let's see if I remember how to do that. That didn't do it. Oh yeah, if you remember last week, me trying to figure out that. Get rid of it. I don't know. I don't remember. Whatever. You know, at 180 diameter, I wonder how many blocks I've placed. It's gotta be most, right? Well, not really, because I have to do 12 layers up and then this whole circle again. That's gonna be rough. I'm definitely not looking forward to that one. But then the layers get smaller and smaller. And it's just better and better. I will say the top layers are going to be a little tougher because I'm going to have multiple blocks all together. So instead of 80% of one, right, it's going to be quite a few different types of blocks. All in about 50-50 ratios. There we go. So I'm probably going to have to slow down a little bit for those. Although this is coming along pretty quickly. You know, we're just chugging along, not doing any efficient sort of digging and replacing. But the worst part is we gotta remember this is all 1/4. I don't even have... Yeah, this is gonna take so long. I should just build it all in half, or all on 1/4 of the size. That's theoretically the best option. Yes, I know my block replacement algorithm is rough, but it gets the job done. It's like really bad AI finding the closest block to replace. I mean, it'd be nice if I could actually do that. Yeah, I mean, I am going to keep it full scale. It's just hard. The fun part. I don't know how fun you consider watching me replace blocks, but I'll take it. I'll take the views. You know, one day I will start, you know, doing some giveaways in here. But for now, until we get a few more viewers, giveaway's not going to be all that fun. It's going to be such a high chance. I am going to have to mend my pickaxes pretty soon. I've got 1,000 left on that one, and 1,300 left on that. They've got Unbreaking 3 on them, so probably about 4,000 blocks a piece. And, you know, when I need 100,000 more blocks, then I need to do a lot of mending. I wish there were games or something in the chat that y'all could play too. That would be fun. You can do it on Twitch. Can't do it here. That I know of. Maybe you can. I don't know. I will say we're getting to the end. This is all we've got left of this quarter. Whoops. Some more deep slate. So, like, we've lost 5 stacks so far. 5 stacks of deep slate to the water. Not good. Or that death. I don't know. Alright, well. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've also added some cobble deep slate, so you do have to remember that when I wasn't using the silk touch pickaxe and I messed up. We are so close. Whoops, I'm still making mistakes. Oh, they're back. Where'd they come from? Let's just send another capture their way. Pretty dark for you over there, isn't it? What are you doing in my ocean? We'll see what they say. They probably won't respond. They never do. I need to eat. Yeah, remind me to eat. But look at this. We have this entire quarter done. It is huge. Going corner to corner. That took quite a while. Voila. You know what we should do? What do we need right there? Deep slate? Cobbled deep slate? Cobbled deep slate. Alright. Well, that's going to be annoying. But look at our layer. How cool is that? Let's actually go up one more layer. Just so we don't see those pink boxes for right now. Look at this. Haphazard torches. We got a full quarter. I'm pretty pleased with this. I don't know if y'all are, but I am. It took probably 3 hours just to do this one quarter. Granted, I keep stopping and talking, but could I be more efficient? Probably. Whoop. Seems like the overall chat and Discord finally picked up a little bit. Thank you. I think it looks pretty good too. Hmm. Well, Discord was fun. Sorry about that. I get distracted. So now the real question is, should I build up the wall in this quarter? Or should I start the next quarter? I think I'm going to start the next quarter. I don't know where I'm typing. There we are. Okay. Next quarter it is. I don't think we had a vote on it, but I had a vote on it in my mind. Although it is 9 o'clock, we've been going for 2 hours. I don't know if we want to start another quarter because that's going to mess up my timeline, my montage. Alright. So, what I really need is to build out this part of the floor so I can get around it. What do we got right there? Cobble deep slate. And then this way. Okay, we can get around there. We can get around here. And then last but not least, let's just get around this corner as well. So now we can get around the entire piece right there. We'll be all good and set, ready to go. Let's do one more fun fact. One more chemistry fun fact. And then we'll head out. So let's come up with a good one. How about let's talk about graphite in your pencils. So fun fact, graphite is just a bunch of sheets of carbon all together. So carbon, you know, very necessary to live, right? Graphite is just a bunch of carbon in really weird configuration. If you turn each one of those into graphene, which is just a single sheet of graphite, then you end up with something that looks like this. What we're standing on. Graphene is just one single sheet of carbon. Kind of cool, right? Well, that single sheet is the best conductor of electricity and heat that we have right now. Unfortunately, it's one single sheet and it's one atom thick. Those are a little hard to deal with. And so we don't use them all that much. We do use it a little bit, not a ton. So I think that's a pretty fun fact. This is gonna be our new step. We're gonna do this off camera. I'm not doing that right now. So, I know this was a little bit of a slower stream. Did a lot of chemistry. Did a lot of block placing. I think it looks great. Thank you for joining me. Probably be another week or so. Not going to be able to stream this weekend. So about another week, we will get our build on one more time. Or about 100 more times. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.